Don't Let the Pigeon Drive the Bus. The title jumped off the page at me as I was looking through a library for books that my students would be able to read. I was teaching reading to first and second graders, and this seemed like an interesting story for kids who already knew a little bit of vocabulary but just wanted to be able to read. The artwork is fun and interesting. The vocabulary is repetitious, so you get a bunch of stuff over and over again, but the stories are fun and engaging. This was the first book that I had noticed by Willems, and I love his content. He adds in some more difficult vocabulary, and I was wondering how well it would actually do teaching kids how to read. I was pleasantly surprised that it is so engaging and his stories are so fun. They often involve back and forth between characters, and it is really enjoyable for young readers, but also for just adults to follow along. It's not a story or a set of stories that you're going to get bored with too quickly. They are things that kids really love to read and get involved in. Willems also wrote the An Elephant and Piggie series, which I highly recommend. It has a couple of more difficult words, and I was surprised at how engaged young readers were. Usually they'll need a little bit of help the first time or two through, but once they know a couple of the difficult words, I loved how quickly young readers were able to pick up on this, and then how much they got into the stories. The characters are illustrated in a way that just comes alive, and it seems like students and children really love it. One particular reader I had been struggling to get engaged in reading and advance beyond very basic vocabulary absolutely loves this series, and it became the springboard for her to develop her reading much faster than she had been. One thing that I absolutely loved and was looking for originally was, are there any YouTube videos that I can find where this content can be listened to or seen? When I searched for Don't Let the Pigeon Drive the Bus, I found an online animated video on YouTube that told the entire story with the character moving around. My students throughout the years have loved watching that video, and there is a ton of extra content available on the Hidden Pigeon channel, which was started and run by Willems. And you can find almost all of the content, a ton of extra work. You can tell his passion and love for teaching children about reading and about drawing and characters. There are songs, there's the stories read out loud, there's a bunch of animation. Willems has won several awards for his books, and I understand why. I have had several students who he was their inspiration for becoming better readers. I highly recommend these books. They are a great start for any young reader. The level I would put it at is beginner level 2. It has a few tough words, but once you learn them, you're quickly able to remember and repeat. One awesome thing about this as a teacher and a parent is that the stories don't get annoying super fast. So you can repeat them and still find enjoyment. If you've read any of the books by Willems, which one was your favorite? Is it the Pigeon series, the An Elephant and Piggie series, or any of his other books? I personally still go back to the Don't Let the Pigeon Ride the Bus as my personal favorite, although several of the young readers I've been working with recently absolutely love the An Elephant and Piggie series, and that book series is quickly working its way into my heart.